In the high-stakes game of modern warfare, aerial dominance remains a critical advantage. For decades, countries like the United States and China have held the upper hand, developing state-of-the-art stealth bombers like the B-21 Raider and the H-20. But now, the Kremlin is ready to make a bold entrance into this exclusive club with its very own strategic stealth aircraft, the Pak-Day. Nicknamed the Ghost in the Sky, the Pak-Day is not just another bomber. It's a carefully engineered fusion of stealth, endurance, and lethal payload capabilities, one that signals Russia's ambition to redefine the landscape of aerial warfare and challenge Western air supremacy. The birth of a new era. Although news of a next-generation Russian bomber began circulating in the early 2020s, the project itself has roots tracing back to the late 1990s. After recognizing the need for a modern bomber with advanced capabilities beyond speed and brute force, the Russian military began outlining requirements for a revolutionary aircraft. This wasn't meant to be another upgrade, it was envisioned as a total redesign. In 2007, after a series of internal evaluations, the Tupolev Design Bureau, well known for developing iconic aircraft like the Tu-95 Bear and Tu-160 Blackjack, was chosen to lead the design of the Pak-Day. The official green light and funding came in 2008, setting the stage for what would eventually become Russia's most ambitious stealth bomber to date. From supersonic to subsonic and stealth, earlier Soviet-era bombers, especially the Tu-160, were engineered for speed. The Blackjack could cruise at supersonic speeds and carry a heavy nuclear payload, making it a formidable deterrent during the Cold War. But the Pak-Day takes a radically different approach. Rather than focusing on speed, the new bomber emphasizes low observability and advanced electronic warfare capabilities. According to official Russian defense channels, the Pak-Day is built around a flying wing design, similar in concept to America's B-2 Spirit. This tailless, flat structure minimizes radar cross-section, making the aircraft far harder to detect even when it's flying at relatively slow speeds. While critics initially questioned the wisdom of favoring stealth over speed, the Russian Air Force maintained that this shift reflects the changing face of modern combat. In today's battlespace, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance are more important than raw velocity. An aircraft that can linger undetected and strike with precision is more valuable than one that simply moves fast. The flying wing concept. The Pak-Day's flying wing design is both elegant and functional. Without a visible fuselage, the bomber integrates all internal systems including fuel, crew, electronics, and armaments into the main wing structure. It may look like a single curved wing gliding silently through the sky, but it's packed with cutting-edge features. This architecture allows it to cruise at subsonic speeds, just like a commercial jetliner, all while avoiding detection from most modern radar systems. It's this stealth-first approach that enables the Pak-Day to get closer to high-value targets before launching its devastating payload. A stealth bomber with a bite. One of the Pak-Day's most lethal characteristics is its ability to carry hypersonic missiles, such as the Kh-47M2 Kinzhal. This weapon can reach speeds up to Mach 10 times the speed of sound, and is capable of carrying either conventional or nuclear warheads. Unlike traditional bomber payloads that are launched mid-air at high speeds, the Pak-Day releases these hypersonic weapons from a hidden internal bay while cruising at subsonic speeds. Once the missile is dropped, its onboard engine activates, rocketing it to hypersonic speeds toward its target. The aircraft itself never needs to break its stealth cover. There are also indications that the Kremlin is developing a new long-range hypersonic cruise missile known as the Kh-95, which will be specifically tailored for the Pak-Day's weapons system. The Tu-160 legacy and its limitations. It's impossible to discuss the Pak-Day without referencing its predecessor, the Tu-160, Russia's current heavyweight strategic bomber. With its variable sweep wings, the Blackjack could transition seamlessly between subsonic and supersonic speeds, performing both conventional and nuclear missions with alarming efficiency. However, its sheer size and radar signature make it a vulnerable target for advanced anti-access area denial defense systems. This limitation, among others, became a driving factor for the Russian military to invest in a next-gen bomber designed around stealth rather than speed. Internal doubts and political convictions. The Pak-Day's development hasn't been without internal resistance. In 2012, Then Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Rogozin publicly questioned the need for a new long-range bomber, especially considering Russia's growing investments in missile defense and its already robust bomber fleet. Despite the skepticism, the military leadership, backed by President Vladimir Putin, remained firm. The argument was clear. Even in an age of missiles and satellites, airborne strategic deterrence remains a cornerstone of national security. By 2013, the design team finalized their direction, opting for a flying wing platform and shelving any attempts to push the aircraft into supersonic territory. This was to be a bomber like no other in Russia's arsenal. The engine, a marvel in the making. A bomber of this caliber requires a high-endurance, high-efficiency engine. In 2018, the Kremlin allocated 8 billion rubles to develop a new power plant for the Pak-day, reportedly a modified version of the Kuznetsov NK-32, the same engine used in the Tu-160. The new engine is said to allow the aircraft to perform 30-hour missions without refueling, an extraordinary feat that would give the bomber global reach. It's also believed to include thermal shielding, offering protection against nuclear blast temperatures, a nod to the aircraft's potential role in nuclear deterrence scenarios. Construction and delays. What's the holdup? Despite all the planning and funding, the Pak-day has faced delays, most notably due to international sanctions imposed after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. These restrictions have impacted access to materials, electronics, and technologies vital to the project. Still, Russia has repeatedly assured the world that the Pak-day does not contain any foreign components, and progress would continue unimpeded. In fact, Russia's TASS news agency reported in 2020 that full-scale construction of the first prototype had begun and was expected to be completed by 2023. Yet, as of mid-2025, there's still no public confirmation of a prototype. While parts such as ejection seats were reportedly delivered in 2023, the absence of tangible updates has fueled speculation that the Pak-day's debut may be further away than anticipated. The global response. A new arms race. It's no secret that Russia's stealth bomber ambitions are seen as a strategic challenge to Western military dominance. While the U.S. continues developing its B-21 Raider, scheduled to replace the B-2 Spirit and B-1 Lancer by 2040, the timeline has similarly stretched. Although the B-21 had its first flight in late 2023 and several airworthy units were tested in 2024, full operational status has not yet been declared. This has led to speculation that both the US and Russia are engaged in a strategic standoff, waiting to see who unveils their stealth bomber first, possibly to tweak their designs and stay one step ahead. Changing aerial warfare forever. Whether or not the Pak-day rolls out in the next year or two, its very development signals a seismic shift in military doctrine. The aircraft combines stealth, flexibility, and hypersonic weapon capability traits that could dramatically tilt the balance of power in future conflicts. It's no longer just about flying fast or hitting hard. The Pak-day represents a new generation of warfare, one where subtlety and precision may ultimately be more dangerous than overwhelming force. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to hit that like and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.